even though I have not pressed the game I wanted to play yet. But hey guys, stop doing that. Wait, where's my... Really? Lame. Okay, so I should probably show what I'm showing. Hold on, give me a moment. Boom. Wait, nope. Boom. Wait, why does that not work? There we go. Hello. Okay, so I guess I can't hide that. Just to fit to screen. There we go. Well, I can't. Okay, looks like I'm playing this full screen now. Give me a moment. This could be very, very loud. I am not ready. But hey guys, welcome. I hope you guys are having a great night. Welcome to the Random Monday stream. I have no idea what I'm playing. Technically I don't, because I kind of blame Humble Monthly December, or is it January for this game? If you don't know what Humble Monthly is, it's basically a subscription box for games on Steam, sponsored through Humble Bundle. And well, I decided to just go with it. They had like a good deal going on like months ago for like 2 for 1 or 3 for 2. So you get 3 months of Humble 3 months of Humble Monthly for the price of 2. And so it was one of these, and then yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the first. I'm pretty sure it was the December one. It's either the December one or the latest one. I could be very well wrong for both of them. Well, we're playing this game. Oh, hi. Okay, we're good with audio, as always, to test with audio, so that's how we do things here. But we're gonna play this in preparation for Valentine's Day, which will be happening in exactly a month, because today's January 14th. Wow, I'm smart. Not really. We're gonna be playing this. I've seen people play dating sims. I've technically played a dating sim. With Dragon, it's up on my YouTube channel back like 3 years ago. Actually, I think about it. It was a girls love free not really a dating sim, but it's a visual. It was like visual novel, and it was interesting. But I have no idea what I'm getting myself into here. It's just gonna be a way to start off 2019 after finishing Night in the Woods last week. And yeah, here we go. I'm going to just play this blind. I kind of read how the instructions work, but I don't know anything else about the game. And I'm going this super blind, because I'm playing it just by the title. Not more than that. What do you mean I'm dropping frames? Bullshit. Oh well, I just dropped a shit ton of frames. Good to know. I want my game back now, thank you. Okay. Let's see what goes on here. Current playthrough, no game in progress. So there's 18 endings, so we're gonna be playing. I'll probably play this for like 2 months or so, see how many endings we can get. I feel like I should move my webcam. I'm realizing that. Sorry about that, guys. How about we go up here? Yeah, we can go up there. We'll move my little jar of sorts. You can go right there. Good enough. And lock. Okay. So I feel like we're gonna need to be placed somewhere. And okay, I could probably do it that way. That's easy. Alright, so chapter 1. So there's 6 chapters. But I have read like a little bit of instructions how this game is gonna be played out, and apparently you have to like complete some quests in some sort before hopping into the next chapter. So if I want to experience the whole thing, I would have to like experience it like one by one. How do am I controlled now? Oh, new game! Right, that'd be smart to click. Let me enter my name. Well, I guess looks like I'm playing as a person then. I felt like I've seen that phone before. Which one should I pick? Ooh, you look happy. How about you? No, I have to go with a guy. Look at these happy faces. Let me go with you. Let's see how well the song works out. Autosave notification. This is blah 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 blah. Please don't turn off your game while it is saving. Oh god, that'd be funny. I am an angel and I accept. I am a devil and I reject. Ooh. Yes, I would do autosave because I'm that kind of person. Looks like we're saving already. Holy shit. What progress. Chapter 1. Alright, here we go. Let's see how well I could read stuff like it's like that in the woods. I'm not sure how long we've been sailing, but it feels like forever. I'm not feeling too well now, so it's a huge relief to hear the deck lads shout. Wait. I could press spacebar. Island approach! My wrapper is still here on the table, this is great. Make yourself ready. I'm finally here. When I applied last month, I was just another broke student living off of baked beans. I was about to say same, but I never lived off baked beans. I live more off of rice, because I'm Asian. And didn't really think I had a chance of being accepted to be part of the prestigious Cat Island research team. That sounds like fun. Is this what, full of cats? Yet here it is, the little black dot in the distance, growing bigger by the second, is the infamous Cat Island. Oh no, can't be that good. The place I will call home for the next few months. Well, alright. My heart momentarily skips a beat. What if there's been a mistake? What if they accepted someone else's application and accidentally sent the offer to me? Oh, same. No, not really same. But I feel sad for those who actually do get like acceptance letters till they realize, oh shoot, that was not for me. Dang it! And then everything goes bad hill and yeah. I rummage about in my bag until I find the papers. I see paper. I can speak. DPRI, DP Corporation. Dear Spamwaits. Hi, that's me. I should name myself something else later. We are pleased to be able to offer you the position of research assistant to Professor Popper. Puns. At our research facility on Cat Island. The position will be for an initial period of 8 weeks. Your contract will be sent separately. We look forward to working with you. Yours sincerely, Professor Popper, PhD, BSc, Honors DPG. I think that's honors. HONs? What's Hans? No mistake. That's my name. Right there on the top left-hand corner. Spamwaits. I should probably name myself something different. There's his name at the bottom. Genius behind this whole operation. Professor Popper, science genius, and my new boss. I somehow read that as beans. This is what happens when I read things and then see things. I look up from my papers to see a dry land rapidly approaching before us. It seems to be surrounded by a huge barrier of impenetrable black rocks. As we get closer, we're not slowing down, and I begin to worry that we're going to crash into them. Then, at the very last moment, we take a sharp left turn to the left. Drift! And suddenly, we're sailing smoothly towards a jetty through an opening in the rocks. So you're just like... That's like my driving in American Truck. No, I'm kidding. I should do more driving games or something like that. I blow out the breath that I've been holding and break into a smile. Nicely done, Skipper! Why did I read it like that? That's me. The ferryman comes out from behind the steering wheel, ignoring my attempts at camaraderie, and shouts rather brusquely. Brusquely? I can read. Hi, Bob. You don't look like... Yeah, you kind of look like a Bob to me. I mean, look at it. Look at that face. Look at that face right here. Look at that. You look like a Bob. Probably a Bob. Does Bob have a Bob? That's a wonder. Take all your belongings. We won't be back for days, so don't leave nothing you'll need. Thank you. I smile weakly at the ferryman and his son pick up my bags, ready to disembark. We glide seamlessly up the wooden jetty, and the son leaps ashore to tie us off. He's greeted by a bulky man in a uniform, who I take to be the security officer of some kind. Who you? Zane Jones. Well, your face, though. Your face right here, and his face right there. Why is it all different? Anyways, These little things you just start noticing, and it's... Yeah. Joe. Sir, you caught a mouse. Hi, Joe. You look so depressed. I'm sorry, Joe. And then he laughs loudly, as though he said the funniest thing he has ever heard. It's very disconcerting. The security guard remained surly and turned his attention to me. Let's be having you, then. He holds out his large hand, which I assume is an offer to help me off the boat. But as I reach out to take it, he snatches it away, throwing me off balance so that I almost fall over the side. What a great start. Well, that's always great to be like, yeah, and I'm calm. Bye. ID card? Oh, I see. Of course. I reach into my back pocket and hand over the laminated card I was given on the mainland. Where's my ID card? What do I look like? I did not set my date correctly. Unless if that's when the game was set. So, I mean, that works too, but... Aw, look at that. Cat Island security. Why does it need a security is a question. But anyways, let's continue. Issued January 1st, 2017. That's great. Alright, here we go. Oh, look at that kitty. Ooh. Bugs. He barely looks at it before striding off, grunting over his shoulder. You know what I forgot to do? Put it over on Twitter. Hold on! I realize I'm reading this and I realize I haven't posted anything on Twitter. Here we go. It has cats and such. Here we go. This is what happens. I'm a great person. I don't know what it is. I should really have looked it up before I've done anything. Also, I should probably check if I've read it correctly. I didn't. Granted, I am not a cat, so I think I got everything wrong. Shh. This is okay. You know what? Let's do a little, yeah, okay, so it is a dating simulator and such. Okay, here we go. Let's just go back into it. He barely looks at us before striding off, grunting over his shoulder. This way. You sound like a person with a very heavy accent that doesn't know how to speak English. It's Brittany Beach! Well, I'm on the beach, but hi Blaze, welcome to Purrfect Date. A dating simulator about cats or some sort. I don't think it's like Hatoful Boyfriend or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what I've got myself into. Well, welcome to the Monday stream. This is what I'm going to be streaming up till after Valentine's. But hi, I'm having a fun time. Kinky. Oh my. You know, I never bothered to check. No, I don't think there's an age restriction or anything to this game. But we're gonna just see. Hopefully there's nothing bad about this. I follow him down a dirt track path and get my first proper view of the island. Oh, look how green it is. It's pretty, but where are the cats? Wait, shit. It's beautiful, lush, and green. I'm already under its spell. Same. It's a dating game about cats. Clearly some posting involved. Oh shoot, I'm gonna break terms Twitch of service. Yes, I said that. Twitch is terms of service. I'm having the greatest time with English, I swear. After no more than a couple of minutes of trekking, we're in base camp, which consists of an assortment of tents and huts. Among them are two more solid-looking structures, one larger and one smaller. I presume these are the labs. Oh fuck, I broke it 4 times last night based on my clothes. Oh no. It's okay. The whole camp is modern, but functional. It reminds me of an army outpost. I'm struck by the lack of people. In fact, there's no one around apart from an older woman sitting outside peeling a pile of potatoes. Potatoes. I smile and give her a little nod, but she just stares back at me. Hi, Miss Marigold. You look like a Mrs. Marigold to me. Ellipses. I try not to get paranoid. Same here. Here. He stopped at the largest of the tents, indicating that I should go inside. I feel rude just walking in, so I make my presence known first. Hello? A firm but friendly voice calls out. Calm, calm. That's what a professor sounds like. You sound very professory. I don't know what a professor sounds like. Okay, that's a lie. I've been to college. I've been to university. I've graduated there. I should know what a professor sounds like. Plot twist, guys. The professor sounds like a damn human. I walk in and there he is, hunched over some documents. The great Professor Popper. Sir, it's an honor to meet you. I don't think that sounds like that. Yeah, no, I do something like that. What I'm talking about. Yes, you must be Spam Waits. Come on in, my dear. Glad to have you on board. Good journey? Well, long. Yes, indeed. We're rather tucked away here. Let me offer you some refreshment. Water? Coffee? Something stronger? Perhaps whiskey? Ah, whiskey. I'm fine, thank you. Just some water. It would be rude to let... Ah, yes. Gotta get that whiskey. Ah, but a cup of tea. We drink some tea, or we drink some whiskey, or water. Why don't we have coffee? What happened? I like coffee. Coffee. Whiskey in the coffee, please, right? Let's go with that. That's what I said. He doesn't have... what? I'm shook he doesn't have coffee. Well, if you're having one, it would be rude to let you drink whiskey on your own. Moscow whiskey is not spelled right in game. Yeah, they tried. Jolly good. I could tell you and I are going to get along famously. Famously? Look at that happy face of Professor Popper. He takes a swig from the bottle and passes it to me. I try not to show my self-consciousness and I can speak English. Why can't I read that word? Because I want to read that surreptitiously. That's not the right word. Anyways, wipe the neck with my sleeve before taking a modest sip. It will take you a while to find your way around and discover how it all works. So for today, I thought I would just get you kitted out and maybe introduce you to some of the locals. The cats, that is. I believe you already met most of the human locals. I've only met the ferryman and the security guard who brought me here. Yes, that's about it. And the lady outside? Ah, Mrs. Marigold. Her and her husband are the caretakers. Wonderful couple, the Marigolds. You'll meet them before too long. We're a tidy little family here, Spamways, and I'm sure you'll fit in nicely. Oh, I guess whiskey's right too. Really? Oh, I didn't even know. Unless it was supposed to be a well, I mean, you could do whiskey spelling with EY and Y. But then, I don't know why. I thought whiskey and then whiskers, and then it just kind of went that way. Oops. Rambling thoughts. This is great. Whiskey is the Scottish version. Whiskey is the Irish Americanized version. Damn you, Americans. A little bit of the Irish. But they're both the same thing, right? Like, let's just be sure. It's both the same thing. Wait, so that means Professor Popper is Scottish? I'm not gonna try. I'm not going to try. Technically, yes. Okay. The more we know. See, I should just label this stream as educational, as we learn a lot of things along the way. Maybe. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I hope so. Okay, so first things first. This is your basic kit. He begins going through a pile of things on his desk, explaining each of them in turn. This is your backpack. You can put everything in it. We will be going plenty of field trips, so it will be very useful. As will your own water bottle. Some disinfectant hand spray. Ah, these heavy-duty reinforced gloves, which are essential when tagging cats out in the wild. Oh. Don't want any scratches from felines we don't know now, do we? I suppose not. I shove each item into my new backpack as he gives them to me. Acquire new backpack and stuff. Da-da-da-da. Likewise, these these goggles are to be brought along all field trips. This lot here. He indicates to a small pile of what looks like laundry. His basic uniform, lab coats, masks, stethoscope, etc. Portable first aid kit, camping knife with all the tool attachments. Finally, and without a doubt most importantly, this. He holds up something that looks a lot like a mobile phone, except it clearly isn't one. This is your catalog. You should have just made it into a log and it would have been a catalog. No? Okay. Catalog? Yes, the name comes from its earliest version. It was initially designed to record and store data on the cats, scan them, and log their details. Well, as you can see, we've come a long way since then. Well, at least it's not a Pokédex. I mean, close enough. Now you can use it to communicate with the rest of our team. I've added everyone's contact details for you. Listen to music, take photos. There's even a pen that comes with it to insert microchips in the back of cats' necks so that we can keep track of them. Okay. This is interesting. It's a very valuable piece of equipment, Spamwings, and I need you to protect it above all else. Do you understand? I hope. We'll see. He looks at me directly in the eye and clearly expects a response. I mean, can you look at that face? Look at this face. Look at that face. Just look at it. Look at it. Then you look at the teeth. He has a little missing tooth right there. Something must have happened, I wonder. Is there anything that looks out of place? It looks like I wonder what that is. Yes, sir, of course, I will look after it. Good. You'll get to know all the functions as you go along, but for now, I suggest we take a stroll out and see if we can't find any few friends to introduce you to so that you could try it out. He hands me the gadget. I feel a bit nervous taking charge of it, but also really keen to have a go. Oh no. We're given a device that will look for cats. I'm scared. We head down to the beach, the professor explaining things as we go. The mixture of terrain on Cat Island is quite unique. Even in such a relatively small area, you'll find forests, mountains, jungles, beaches, woodland, all of those different geological and ecological zones in one place. It really is most remarkable. It certainly is. Even the lack of wildlife in itself, quite remarkable. What do you mean, Professor? That means there's just only cats on this island? Well, put simply, there's a type of force field that surrounds the island, this allowing anything to enter. You mean literally anything? Well, what? What is this? Just some forced barrier. How are we in it? Are we cats as well? Absolutely no birds, fish, or creatures of any kind can penetrate it. That means we can't eat meat. Oh, lame. Forgive my lack of intelligence on this subject, but we're here? The professor lets out a disconcerting loud laugh. Ah, I see what you mean. Well, there is of course one small break in this invisible wall, and that's where we built the jetty. But let's not get too bogged down in all this right now. What you need to know is that basically the island is shaped like a peanut. What? He picks up a nearby stick and draws a simple map in the sand. Oh my lord, it looks like a peanut. Our end of the island is very well known to us now. We've been researching here for many years. The other end is not so familiar to us. We have encountered difficulties that have hindered our progress in the region. Hello? That was a name. That was weird. What type of difficulties, Professor? Oh. Well, we're not not as sure as we'd like to be, but what I can tell you is that the environment has an adverse effect upon humans, including nausea at the very least. And the worst? I read this fainting. I read this farting, sorry. Farting? Fainting, migraines, possible nerve damage. Gosh, that's serious. It is serious. That sounds like death. As I say, it's best to keep away, but let's not go into all that, my dear. You've had a long day. For now, let's just say that we refer to the far end of the island to danger zone with good reason. Eh? I must ask you not to put yourself at risk by venturing beyond this mountain range here. He refers to the map once more, drawing a line just past the center and an X through the end section. There are wild, aggressive cats out there. I wouldn't want you to getting too close to them. Oh no. Unlike our lovely fellows closer to home. Oh no. He has led me to a spot where a few cats are lounging about. What do you say we try your catalog now, Spam Waits? He stoops down and picks up one of the animals, a disgruntled looking cat who was sleeping under the shade of a palm tree. You don't bother a cat sleeping. You're calling for a recipe for disaster right there. Picks it up. Wow! Ew, pudgy. You seem very... The cat! Outside it displays meow but doesn't struggle. See, it'll just go meow. And sometimes they'll struggle, but most of the times they'll be like, I don't want to hear. Cats. Its large body, billowing out with a long orange fur, just sort of hangs in the professor's arms in a lazy resignation. I give up! Would you like to have a go at scanning this delightful chap? I find the on switch somewhat timidly inactivated. I accidentally popped my key off the keyboard. Oops. And now when did we get back home? It beeps at me. The gadget immediately comes to artificial life, emitting a boop 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 sound with a red pulsating light. I select the app labeled Cat Scan, and it loads instantly. There's no delay on this thing. Wow. Shocker. Fascinating. The professor holds the cat towards me with its arms outstretched. I'm sure he said the scanning chip is implanted into the back of the neck somewhere. But it's difficult to find one's neck amidst the thick cloud of fur. I mean, look at that cat. It's thick. Very thick. I blow to make a parting and press the catalog to his skin. A bit like scanning groceries in the supermarket where I used to work. Beep, beep, cat? That should do it. And he plops the marmalade tome back into the shade. Sure enough, upon withdrawal, I find the cat to be successfully scanned. Meow. Floofy butt. Oh, look at that face. He's so cute. Now see, that's a cute face. Whoever is the artist for the catalog, they've done well. Meanwhile, this is expectation right here. Expectation right here. Reality was just a scene before this. Floofy butt. Gender, male. 10 years, 4 months. Breed, red tabby. Persian. My color is red. Why is it not red on the system now, Amazing! Clever, isn't it? A large part of your job here will be to tag and scan the cats, such as Mr. Floofy Butt over here. But it looks like you're having no problems at all in that area. Excellent work, me. Thank you, sir. I can't wait to get started. Well, why don't you get a bit more practice with the catalog and scan the rest of them while we're here? These 5 spend a lot of time together. They're like a little family, aren't you? Oh, yes, you are. Aww. The professor seems to be a genuine cat lover like me. I think we're gonna get along great. Aww. This is why I want a cat now. Just have to touch it and hug it. And then be lazy with it. And hopefully it could be lazy with me. I know a few friends that actually owns a cat that doesn't like that likes to be away from people, which is like, well, okay, here goes. No help this time. The professor steps back. The first cat I approach is very friendly, with beautiful calico markings. It comes towards me, already purring. Purring? Wow. Oh, look at that. Meow. Hi, Trixie. Trixie, female. 3 years, 8 months. Calico, American short hair. Eye color, green. Again, update the thing with the color. Oh well. You win some, you lose some. You can't ask for a lot. Next is an elegant, sleek, hairless cat sitting gracefully in the sun. She doesn't pay much attention and allows me to scan her with minimal fuss. Okay. Now. What happened to you? When I look at the drawing, what happened to you? Again, expectation and reality. Snooty Booty. Some good names here. Snooty Booty, female. 11 years, 1 month. Sphinx, blue. Yeah, I can see it. The fourth cat I approach is a noisy one. Meow, meow, meow. You look like more like a dog to me. Meow. McMurphy, male, 6 years. Brown, crossbreed. Eye color, green. Oh, mine looks so cute. And finally, the one I deliberately put off until last. He's been sulking around the edges of the activity, eyeing me suspiciously, as though he could pounce at any moment. I laugh at myself, already projecting personalities onto these animals. Saying, what's that face though? Gibbles, male, 3 years, white British long hair, eye color, green. All done. I hope you enjoyed meeting some of the locals. The professor lets out a little laugh. I have a feeling you'll get to know them quite well in time. That's probably enough for the first day, don't you think? It's quite a lot to take in. I like how I'm also going with the multiple voices because I can never keep the right voice for any of these people. That's okay though. I'm suddenly exhausted and grateful to be heading back to camp. Bye, kitties. No. Look at that party cat. It's quite late by the time I've unpacked and settled myself, but I want to write my journal entry before I sleep. I'm surprised how chilly it is. I've pulled my sleeping bag right up to my chin, and I still feel goose pimples bloom over my arms. Shivering, I rub them to warm myself up. It makes me smile to think that the inherent reaction to this cold is what will be keeping my new feline friends warm tonight. My eyelids close, thinking of cats, and the island, and the professor. The world around me drifts away as I float up into a dream. I heard a snore. Ugh. That's creepy. Don't glitch out on me. I'm not sure how long I've been asleep, but I wake up with a violent jolt that leaves me sitting bolt upright. It's too dark to see anything, but I hear a rustling, and then a strange electric noise, one that in my sleepy confusion, I cannot place right away. Boop, boop, boop. Oh no, the thing turned on. The catalog! Acting on instinct, I scramble to my feet and follow the noise out of the tent. I look around me, and my fears are confirmed when I catch sight of a pulsing red light getting fainter in the direction of the forest. I snap into action, running as fast as I can. Oh no, don't do that. Barefoot, dressed in my pajamas, running at full speed to the forest into the dark of the night. You idiot. Well, granted, I'm an idiot. I'm always an idiot. Hello, idiocy. I must be crazy. Yes, you are. Yes, I am. The words of Professor Popper are ringing in my ears. I need you to protect it above all else. My legs are trembling beneath me. I stop, feeling my heart beat heavy throughout my body. I wheeze in and out, my breath billowing in front of me in white puffs. I shouldn't feel like this. Why am I so dizzy? I try to get my bearings and realize I've blundered perilously close to the danger zone. Oh no. I can just make out the shapes of some large animals in front of me. Before my eyes close, I drop to my knees. Well, here we go. I open my eyes. I open my eyes. The calico cat I scanned yesterday is sitting in front of me. She drops the catalog at my feet. Whoa, don't do that. I pass out. Maybe I shouldn't have that whiskey. I regret. Hello? Can you hear me? Are you okay? What is it? Oh, Kibbles. Don't be ridiculous, Kibbles. It's a human! Oh, yeah. I can smell it now. Smells like a human. Oh, do be quiet. Snooty booty. Are they alive? Of course it's alive. It's breathing, you imbecile. Aw, floofy butt. Don't do that. Why isn't it moving? Would you come on, give them some space? Move back a bit. Yeah, stand back. Move out of my way. Let me have a proper look. I begin to come to. The Sphinx cat is standing over me as I open my eyes. We stare at each other for a moment while I try to take in what's happening. Is this one defective? I feel sick. I'm gonna puke. The cats watch me intently. I'm going insane? My head. Ah. What is this chattering about? What is it chattering about? They're scared and confused. Let me talk to them. Human? Are you alright? I remember you took my catalog. Oh, but I gave it back to you. It's back in your pocket now. I tried to reach into my pocket and realized my hands are scratched to shreds. Oh, great. Ow. What's wrong with my hands? I tried to stand. Ow, my feet. What's happened to me? Yeah, I guess that's from all the climbing. I told you I wasn't ready for that. What's that? Ready for what? Its anatomical structure is far too delicate. I tried to slow it down. Yeah, Floof, you're trying restraining a human who is that determined. It was like a markin. Its anatomical structure didn't seem that delicate to me. I was like, what? Doing what? You made your own way back to the beach. Okay, but that doesn't explain... I show my bleeding hands. Ah, you crawled, Kara. Kara? Who's Kara? That's not my name. That's a term of endearment. That's an Irish thing. Oh no, okay. Okay. It's inappropriate. Wait, I crawled? You sure did. Like a cat? Yup. All the way from the mountains? Like a bleeding mountain lion. Impressive. But why? Because you got the sickness. Maybe you should sit down, human. We need to have a talk. Possibly a long talk. Oh, Trixie, I'll have you. Talk? Yeah, that's right. Since when can cats talk? Oh, forget the kiss sake. Since the dawn of time, how else do you think we communicate? I mean, you meow. I guess that's all the conversation to do. So stop spitting whiskers, Major. You know full well what the human is saying. I think the revelation here, Kara, is that you can understand us. Whoops. Yes, that too. Will someone please explain to me what the hell's going on here? Well, we don't fully understand everything ourselves. At least not all the details of how this works. I think being stood in the forest, surrounded by a bunch of talking cats, is about as much detail as anyone would want. I agree. And more to the point, we are rather hoping you would be able to help us. You're a scientist after all. What we do know is that clock has started ticking for you. What the fuck? What do you mean? Well, there's no easy way to say this to you, Kara. You've been catified. How? What? Whether you help it or not, you don't have a lot of time before... I may. It would seem, we are basing this on our experience today, that when a human manages to find themselves in what I believe you call the danger zone, they are vulnerable in ways that previously were not. That is to say, you're screwed. Thanks, Kibbles, I needed that. You're not helping. Don't make me... Whoa, Mountain Lion, there's be no violence of any kind. Forgive me for being a bit panicked here. The vulnerability to which Snooty Booty was referring to is simply put, if you are bitten or scratched by an elder cat within the danger zone, you will begin a process of change that ultimately will result in a full feline transition. Thanks, Kibbles. So, basically, you're telling me I'm a werecat? I look down, and in amongst the scratches on my right hand are two distinct puncture marks. The reality of my situation descended me like a cold mist. Basically... Oh, fluffy butt. Yeah. My head is spinning. This is too much for me to take in. Take a breath now, Kata. You are not looking so good. What? Have I started to change? I feel for my ears. Everything seems to be normal. No. I just mean you look a bit shaky. Understandably so. I take a few deep, steady breaths and calm myself enough to say, okay. So, why? How? What? Give me some data. What have we got so far? Look, we'll answer anything that we can, but the truth is, we have more questions than answers ourselves. So, you said you need my help. What exactly would that entail? Well, finding our friends would be a start. Cats on this island, they're going missing. We don't know what's happening to them, but the body count is rising, and we've hit a wall. A wall of ignorance, maybe? Really, how many times do I have to tell you? The Meowlers are to blame. Meowlers? Mewers? Maulers now. Mewers? Now, Floofy, but there's no need for name calling. Speaking of name calling, I'll remind you to call me Major, Madam. Look, they can't help it the way they are. It's lack of breeding, you know. Overbreeding, if you ask me. Again, Meowlers? They're elder cats. They're island originals. They can't speak the way we can, hence the derogatory term, Meowlers. And how are they to blame exactly? Well, if I knew that, there would have been no need for this elaborate kidnapping. Oh, floofy butt. Oh, my face. It's hardly proving to be a roaring success after all. Look, Kata, all we really know is that we are no longer safe on this island. The elders who live within the danger zone are hostile towards us. Not sure why. It's always been that way. And now, because cats are being taken, nowhere else is safe either. You expect the occasional mishap. We live in an undomesticated world here after all. But lately, cats have been disappearing almost every day. Even the last human we catified went missing. Oh, Kibbles. I'm sorry, what? Let's not open wounds, Kibbles. Yes, onwards and upwards. Well, first things first. This werecat thing. Catification! Kibbles. Transition! Whatever! How does it work? Time passes, then you transform into a cat. Oh, well, good information right there, Kibbles. Yeah. Yeah. It's a gradual process. It's different for everyone, but you won't just turn overnight. The clock is ticking, however. The first side effect of transition is being able to understand us. Well, some of us. Not the elders, obviously. Not the domestics either. Then you have the whole heightened senses thing. The increased agility, the crazy body hair stuff. Let's not worry the human with all the details just yet. I assume there's an antidote? I'm afraid you're going to be disappointed in that assumption. Hang on. You said there was someone who'd you put in this position? Well, let's hope you're a better bet than they were. Unfortunately, they weren't able to discover an antidote or get our friends back. I know where their notes are, though. Really? Trade. Huh? You help us and I give you their progress reports. So what do you do, Kata? Will you help us? Of course I'll help you guys. You look like fun. What am I gonna do? Ish. Yeah, let's help him. I feel like this will be a bad idea, but let's help him. Not much of a choice, really, is it? Afraid not. Okay, fine. So, where do I start? Is there anything you could tell me that will help me track down your missing friends? Will no one listen to sense? Start with the Muellers, and I'll eat my hat if it doesn't end there too. Don't mind him. He's set in his ways. We have every reason to believe the abductions take place in your part of the island. Yes, nowhere near the danger zone or the elders. Well, that doesn't make much sense. But I suppose nothing does around this place. My catalog starts beeping. Oh, my alarm! I have to get to work! You run along now. We don't want you arousing suspicions with your people. You can meet with us later. I'll make sure those reports are in your tent before this evening. Aw, thanks, Kata. You're 1 in a million. I imagine the odds are far greater than that, given your new health status. Go. And thanks. From all of us. Aw, bye, kitty. Bye, kitty team. Well, I'm fucked. Well, I am now a cat. Or becoming a cat. This is great. After a rather painful journey, I'm very grateful to finally have been to camp. I have just enough time to get myself tidied up for work, and I'm about to peel off my filthy pajamas when I hear my catalog beeping. I have a message, but I can't tell who it's from. It's not from any of the contacts that Professor Popper programmed into it. In fact, there's no contact information at all. Messages. Unknown number. Are you sure it is wise to trust everyone? Anyone? The fuck? Dun dun dun! What on earth does that mean? Who's this? There's a lot you don't know. Think carefully about who you confide in. Before I can think of a reply, the messages are gone. My catalog has no record of them. I don't have any time to think this right now. I need to get ready. As soon as I'm presentable, I head over to the lab. I'm 10 minutes late. Doesn't give a good impression of my first morning. Ah, Spam Waits, good to see you. I was beginning to worry. Did you oversleep on your first day? I'm terribly sorry, sir. I think the traveling and the excitement of all yesterday. I take punctuality very seriously. I try to do this well in real life. He cuts across my apology. Not to worry. That's perfectly understandable. You'll find I'm quite relaxed about most things. As long as you get the work done, I don't mind what hours you keep. Thank you, sir. So, shall we get started? My goodness, what happened to you? He looks at the scratches all over my hands. Oh, I fell and tried to save myself by grabbing onto a bush. I'm afraid I let you astray last night. Not everyone could take a double malt. How's that head this morning? I decided it's easier to play along. a little bit fuzzy, but it won't affect my work through. Probably shouldn't have taken a drink. I'll remember that next time with my playthrough. I really ought to drink spirits on an empty stomach. We ought to get those hands sorted out though. They look pretty nasty to me. He goes to the tall metal cabinet in the corner and takes out a bottle and some cotton wool. He begins cleaning and tending to my hands while he talks. For today, I'd like to help me with a few tasks around the lab to get the hang of things. But from tomorrow, I'll let you make your own choices about how best to carve up your time. Of course, you are primarily here to carry out your job as my research assistant. However, try to make the most of your time on the island. Once your work is completed, we'll be saying goodbye. This is really a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, so don't waste it all in the lab. Naturally, I need your help around here, but I don't know how to get your hands dirty with some field work. But I also like to get your hands dirty with some field work. Make sure you spend time exploring the island. It's a beautiful place, and there's a lot to see. Take the time and to get to know the cats. A full understanding of their behavior is crucial to our research. There's plenty to see and do. However, you must be careful not to overwork. Take regular rest and relaxation. We don't want you to burn yourself out, now do we? I think I remember reading. Okay, so I do have a little bit of information on this, but I've only read like the synopsis of the thing. I know for the fact that you actually do have to rest in this game, because if you don't, apparently some consequences come around. I'll try to get my balance right. That's the spirit. So there you are. He's done a first class job on my wounds, and they aren't bothering me nearly as much. I spend the rest of the day with the professor, getting to know how the various places of equipment in the lab work, finding out where everything is, and learning some of the basic duties I will be performing routinely. By the end of the day, I'm exhausted. I make my way to the tent. Got a little bit of a drink break here before I dry up my throat. I'm about to flop down on my bed when I see a package poking out from underneath it. It's the report that Kibbles promised to deliver. The cats were right. The previous person barely made a start on producing an antidote. I'm gutted and worried. What if it can't do anything better? Will I just turn into a cat? Will I just meow? I decide that's not an option and resolve to get my own research into it tomorrow. My instincts tell me that the cats will be a good starting point. I have a feeling they know a lot more than they are prepared to tell me. I need to gain their trust and see if I can't get them to open up a bit. I'm sure I'll make a more powerful progress if I focus one at a time. I'm optimistic that one-to-one sharing will prove fruitful. It's a small glimmer of hope. Tonight, I'm not fit for anything. I can barely even write in my journal before I fall asleep. Wow, I realize how written some in the first day. I don't know as much about the second day. And what the first morning of waking up on the island, I'm so excited to discover what the day will bring. Should I jump straight into lab research? Or maybe it would be wise to start investigating a way to help these cats, to find a cure for myself. Perhaps a good starting point would be to get to know the cats a little better on a one-to-one basis. I have to make that decision now, don't I? And saving. Good job. What should I do today? Oh, that is so cool. Oh, shoot. Romance, research, recon. I like how there's romance. Oh, look at that. Look at all the wallpaper and such. Well, from the looks of it, maybe we should do a bit of reconnaissance, and then maybe a little bit of research, and maybe once or twice we'll do a little bit of romance. From the looks of it, there's like 5 boxes here, so it looks like we're gonna have fun with 5 cats, which probably are 5 friends, 5 feline friends, so we'll see how well this is gonna work. But for now, we're gonna do a little bit of recon. Let's figure out why the heck are we... Oh my lord. Which recon task should I carry out? Interviewing staff. Secret source. Oh. Interesting. there's ways you could do this. Oh, that's so cool. So you have the option to pick anything and anything. I'm assuming there's a book of research too. Look at that. Time to round up some rowdy kitties. What happens if I get some cats? Let's get some cats. Actually, no, let me see. Maybe I might want to do some research. Because if I look at recon, I can only do the secret source and interviewing staff. I might do that later. Let me just pull off my first day of research and grab some rowdy cats. Because I feel like we could do a bunch of things with the cat collection. It's a sunny afternoon. Most of the cats are lazing around the beach. Perfect, like shooting fish in a barrel. I double check my supply list. Crates, treats, sedatives, snare, catnip, antiseptic cream for myself. I've got everything. I have a sick feeling in my tummy, but I ignore it as best as I can. This is going to be a challenge, but I'm pleased that the professor's trusting me with more physical tasks. I feel like I might have chose the wrong one, but that's okay. I walk out onto the beach, feeling like a child, the child catcher. I remind myself that I'm doing this for the greater good, even if it makes it unpopular with the cats. I set up a crate in an unsuspecting location to keep the snare behind my back. At first, I stroll around, trying to look as casual as possible while listening to tune as I walk. I get close to one of the smaller cats. I start to stroke her. I want this to be as painless as possible. The cats respond well to me. She even starts to purr gently. Are you gonna come with me? The cat looks at me with big, wide, loving eyes. Come on, then. I pick the cat up, carry her to her crate, and place her gently inside. I lock it shut, even though the cat makes no attempt to escape. Well, that went better than I expected. This may be a good day after all. Emboldened by my success, I approach one of the slightly larger cats. Oh no. Hey, matey, shall we get in the basket? I give him a little stroke. He doesn't respond badly, although he doesn't seem particularly interested either. I put my hands on either side of his body, ready to pick him up. He doesn't look happy about it and growls a warning at me. Hey, mister, it's gonna be okay. We're just going on a little trip, alright? As soon as I start to lift, all hell breaks loose. Yowling and hissing, he scratches my arms to ribbons. I try to get him into the basket, but he stretches out, and I can't fit him in. Oh no. I know when I'm defeated and I have to let him go. He scarpers off into the distance. I look down at my rabbit charms. Note to self, wear long sleeves when on caging duty. I thought you remembered that. Well, we've done one thing. Ooh, entered at 1.4%. I guess this time we'll do a little bit of recon. I do wanna... Let me do number 10 later. We'll do 4. See what we get. I've been staring at the back of his head for a long time now. Hold on, wait. I've been staring at the back of his head for a long time now. Too long. I'm starting to feel creepy. I just don't understand it. All he sit in that chair by the dock, eating egg sandwiches and doing crossword puzzles. How does a man like that become the security guard for a place like this? As far as I can tell, his job consists of greeting the boat to make sure nothing unauthorized gets on or off it, picking up supply deliveries, and occasionally taking a long, lazy lap of the island to make sure everything's secure. Wonder what he knows about the research that goes on here, if anything. He doesn't seem to be interested regardless. I decide it's time to get to know this island bouncer, and go join him at the dock. I sit next to Zane. Me on the sand, him on that chair. He's not wearing his big coat, and his short sleeve shirt allows me to notice for the first time how surprisingly muscular he is. I never truly thought of him as a security in a bodyguard sense, but now, squinting at his sideways, trying to stare too obviously, I began to see him in a new light. I pick up the courage to talk. Hey, Zane, how are you? Are you trying to start a conversation? He says without looking up from his crossword puzzle. Oh, I suppose I am, yes. I don't get to chat to humans much in my job. Research Assistant 125. He rolls the words out like he's reading them. Oh, yes, I guess that's me, so what does that number stand for, anyhow? You don't know? He asked monotonously, eyes glued to his crossword puzzle. Probably should be more like very serious voice, very monotonic like this, without any emotion, like a very strict officer, but I can't pull that off. Come on now. No, actually, to be honest, Zane, I don't know much at all. There's a definite lack of intel sharing on this project. Which project would that be? This one. The whole research project that's going on. Is there more than one? Depends on you ask. You, I was just asking you, really. I don't understand your job. I don't need to. I don't care about the things I don't need to. What do you care about? Zane looks at me for the first time. Oh no. Serious time. You really want to talk, don't you? Well, there's not much else to do here. Besides, I'm interested in it all. Aren't you? My interests consist of what's for dinner and what's my next puzzle book's coming. When's my next puzzle book's coming? When it's coming, you get it delivered? Comes with the mail. He's back to not looking at me again. Oh, well, there it is. The mail? You mean the parcels? And the letters, yeah. The letters? Who would go to trouble of sending mail all the way out here when we have email? I laugh, but Zane looks very serious. Oh. It's safer sending mail the old-fashioned way. With email, there's viruses, hackers, worms, cyber terrorists. Same. I love you already. Can I, well, you're human, never mind. I get the feeling he's not very tech savvy, yeah, but he knows about those things, I'm amazed. News, probably. Yeah, but anyone can open and read a letter, right? Not if I'm around, and besides, who would suspect that something important would be in a fragrant pink envelope? There's an awkward silence. Of course, being my usual socially inept self, I'm desperate to fill it. Need any help with that crossword? I'm pretty good. I can even do the cryptic puzzle in Daily Inquirer. This line usually gives me a little kudos, but Zane simply ignores me. I decide to just come out and say what's on my mind. I mean, you can't make things more awkward than they already are. Zane. Zane. Have you ever noticed anything strange going around here? Cats behaving weirdly? Zane suddenly looks up, his eyes locking straight on mine, unwavering and hard. No. Have you? Well, not exactly, but he is looking at me properly for the first time since we met. Ooh. Getting some good looks now, hopefully. I have definitely captured his attention, but I'm too nervous to follow through. I'm just being silly. The lack of human company can get to me. Gives me daft ideas. Such as... He's still staring at me, as though he's trying to read my mind. Sometimes, when I'm out tagging, I feel they're playing games on me. Like children. Hide and seek. That kind of thing. Some of those cats may be cleverer than any of us can give them credit for. Now it's my turn to be intrigued. In what way? They know when to stay out of the sun. You're going pink. The moment, if there was one, is over. I decide maybe Zane isn't the best person to talk to about my concerns. Feeling unwanted and slightly dejected, I decide to head back to camp. I stand up and brush the sand off me. What's a 5-letter word for solitude? Alone. Oh, same. Ow. Zane silently scribbles in the book as I leave. Aww. Damn it, Zane. Oh, look at that. Should we romance? I feel like we should romance. Should we just balance it out and then figure it out from there? Let's go romance. There's a 6 cat. Murphy or Snooty Booty? I mean, it's not a visual novel. It's not a dating simulator until you date a cat, right? Though I feel like... Let's go McMurphy, and then we'll figure it out from there. Probably my best guess for this. Kara? Wake up! Huh? Me? Is that you? Shh, quiet, Kara. Come with me. I have something to show you. But you have to be quiet. McMurphy? Yes, it's me. But it's the middle of the night. Ah, Kara, you're not scared, are you? Why would I be scared? Creeping around in the forest in the middle of the night? Don't worry, Kara, I'll be there to protect you. McMurphy, you know very well there's a force field around this island stopping anything from getting outside from the outside getting in. It makes this a pretty safe place. Indeed, so the only things you'll have to worry about are the things that are already here. He leers at me with a mock snarl. Seriously, Murph, if you're the worst threat here, then this is the safest place on Earth. Aww. So come on, Kara, what are you waiting for? Oh boy, here we go. I follow the scraggy cat into the forest. The ground is wet and muddy, and I lose my footing a couple of times. But McMurphy is too determined to notice. Suddenly, he stops dead in his tracks. Here we are. What is here, McMurphy? He ignores my question and starts digging into some mud and leaves it on the ground. Almost got it. Could use a hand, Kara? If you don't mind. Get these leaves out of the way. That's it. Here we are. Okay. We keep digging until there's a fairly deep hole in the ground. My arms and nightclothes are covered in mud and leaves, and McMurphy looks like a bog monster in the darkness. Ooh, I'm all muddy now. Ta-da! Ta-da? Can't you see it, Kara? I'm not sure what we're looking at. I always forget how useless human eyes are in the dark. Just reach into the hole and take whatever you find. I reluctantly reach into the burrow and feel something hard and cold against my hand. I wrap my fingers around it and pull it out. I know the shape, but my eyes can hardly process it. It's a bottle? That's right, Kara. This is my secret stash. No one knows about it, not a soul, but I thought I'd share it with you. Thought we could have a kind of welcome to the island party for two. Secret stash? Is this booze? McMurphy lets a loud laugh. That it is, Kara. Oh no. You drink alcohol? But you're a cat. That can't be good for your body. Let me guess, you're before you were a human. Ah, it's not good for anybody's, but it's wonderful for the soul to be sure. Well, I suppose you're right there, McMurphy. I guess one little nip couldn't hurt. I mean, we've learned this from last time. We walked all the way to the danger zone doing that. That's the spirit. I try in vain to get some kind of mud off of me before giving up and sitting down against a tree. I saw that McMurphy curls up in my lap. Thanks, Brianna, for starting a call. It takes a while to uncork the bottle. McMurphy keeps telling me to smash it open and that the shards of glass will only add to the flavor. But eventually I succeeded, my way. Pour a little out from McMurphy into a leaf and I self-consciously swig from the bottle, feeling a touch uncivilized. Ugh, McMurphy, what in heaven's name is this? The Hotiful BF Cat spin-off looks great. Yeah, It's interesting. Hi, Izzy. Welcome to Purrfect Date. Now don't worry about that, Kara. It's not about the taste. It's about the company. You smug McMurphy, what the fuck? I hardly think I'm the type of person you usually hang around with. Well, I usually hang around with cats, and they're not exactly what you'd call my type. I respond by widening my eyes and take another swig from the bottle. Somehow it tastes less terrible the second time around. Idiot. I find humans much more interesting. They usually have a lot to say. Present company accepted. McMurphy winks at me with his huge green eyes. Wink, wink. And I blush, trying desperately not to show how boring I feel compared to him. Don't take it harsh. I'm only joking, Kara. McMurphy, I've been meaning to ask you something for a while now. Anything, Kara. Ask away. I'd love for us to get to know each other better. This Kara thing. You know my name is... The rest of my sentence is drowned out in McMurphy's howl of laughter. Ha! You make me laugh, Kara. You really do. I know exactly what your name is. Kara is just... It's like a pet name, you know? Kara means friend, buddy, amigo. It's something my mommy used to call me, I guess. And I guess it's just stuck. It's one of the few things I remember about her, actually. That and her beautiful smile. Hey, flash me your pearly whites. I smile at McMurphy awkwardly. He bursts into fits of laughter again. That's a lovely smile to be sure, but you need to grow into it yet. Could you have a top off over here? I don't know if I feel comfortable giving you more alcohol, McMurphy. I think you've been more than enough. In fact, I don't even want to give you any in the first place. Did you not know the cats have 9 lives? And you want to waste them all on booze? And why not? Besides, the night is young, and we've only just begun our conversation. Come on, Kara, we've a lot of chin wagging to do yet. We're gonna pour it over or not. I feel like the worst will be coming and we lose McMurphy and then we die. Lose all the connections with this dude. McMurphy, I cannot, in good conscience, enable your drink any longer. Oh, and who made you the boss of me? I'm a vet, McMurphy. I'm doing this for your own good. Oh, and what about your own good, Kara? I can't help but noticing you're enjoying my fine vintage. I look at the bottle in my hand. I realize I have actually drunk rather more than I thought. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Oh gosh, it grows on you, this stuff, doesn't it? Are you coming around to my way of thinking by any chance? Absolutely not. If you want to drink, you're going to have to pour it yourself. Pat the bottle down on the floor in front of him. Pfft, pour? McMurphy pounces at the bottle, pushing it over, and whips his head around the neck so that the liquor is trickling straight down his throat. Oh my lord. Here we go. I might have made the wrong choice. Whoa, mister. Okay, I know when I'm beaten. I grab the bottle away and pour a conservative amount into his leaf. I think I chose the wrong one. No! He laps it a little bit before looking back at me as if he has something to say. Say, Kara, have you ever been in love? McMurphy, that second leaf has gone straight to your head. Cat smiles slyly. I'm gonna take that as a yes. Are you still with them? Well, I was never technically with them to begin with. I made a mistake to choose McMurphy now. Shoot. Ouch. Well, it's definitely their loss. Oh, I don't think so, McMurphy. We never actually met. Ah, so you're not saying you're one of those, internet stalker types, are ye? Them catfish that Kibbles tells tales of? No, McMurphy, gosh. It was Bowie, okay? I was in love with David Bowie, you know? McMurphy frowns and shakes his furry head. See, those eyes so green, I could stare for 1,000 years, you know? Oh, that's a charming song, but I'm afraid I have no idea what's going on anymore. Oh, come on, McMurphy. Everyone knows who David Bowie is. Red hair, lots of makeup, one blue eye, one brown eye. Well, I didn't know one sweet soul with a blue eye and brown eye, but I can assure you they wouldn't be caught dead in makeup. McMurphy snores. Oh, what about you, McMurphy? Who's the love of your life? Don't have one, kinda. Never have, never will. I'm a lone wolf. I'm a free agent. I'm a big old yeti out in the mountains, all hairy and smelly and alone. Aw, well, this got depressing as shit. For some reason, I find that hard to believe, Mr. Murphy. Fine, you're right. I'm a fool. I'm a lovesick fool. And I have my heart broken more times than once, and each time I hurt more than the last. I tell ya. The thing is, though, I can't remember a thing about any of them. Any of what? I don't know. What are we talking about? David Bowie? Yeah, right. That's right. So, tell me how the two of you met. I think I'm drunk. What the hell we've been drinking? Leave me alone. I haven't touched a drop. I think I'm gonna vom. Oh, and there we go. I wake up at the forest with half-empty bottle in my hand. McMurphy is nowhere to be seen. How the hell did I get here? I can't remember a thing. I'll look at my catalog. Whoa, is that really the time? Crikey, I need to get to work. Well, okay. Is there no way I can go to sleep now? I'm gonna see if I could try and rest. What happens if I rest? You had a lovely nap and wake up feeling revitalized. Energy has been restored. Magic! Okay. Suddenly cutscene. Nope. Oh, I see Pizza Cat. Alright. See, people says that if you've managed to finish all that, you finish a chapter, so I wonder if we could do all recon. Captain's log. Ooh. Interesting. I'm curious about these secret messages though. Call me weird. I hear my catalog beeping. I presume it's the professor. Tumble out of the bed, half asleep, and fumble around looking for the device. These timings are so weird. Actually, I'm curious what his stats is. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so that's kind of way. I look at the screen. My eyes struggle to focus. The message isn't from the professor at all. There's no contact information. Come outside. Who is this? Come outside. They obviously aren't going to respond to my question. Should I do as the message tells me? I don't know if I want to die. But it could be the mysterious cat. If I press no, it could be bad. If I press yes, it could be bad. Let's go with yes. As usual, as a cat, my curiosity is roused. I have a feeling there's something important to learn from this stranger. So I throw my clothes and crawl out of my tent. I don't see anything I have to worry, Mary. Anyone out here? My catalog beeps again. Shit. Walk to the edge of the forest. I'm not going any further until you tell me who you are. Walk to the edge of the forest. No. Walk to the edge of the forest. Walk to the edge of the forest. Walk to the edge of the forest. Stop it! By now I realize I walked to the edge of the forest. Fuck! I should have just went to sleep. At the edge of the forest, I see something on the ground. As I get closer, it becomes clear that there's a small posy of flowers. I gingerly pick them up and notice that several of the flower heads are missing. My catalog beeps again. Follow the petals. And that's when I see a trail of little orange petals, the same color as the bouquet I'm holding. Well, I've come this far. No turning back now. I begin to walk. I'm nervous, so I call out, "Hello?" No answer. Louder this time. "Hello? Hello? Oh, that's Floofy Boot. Hello? Who is that? Who goes there?" "Major, is that you, Floofy Boot?" "Floofy Boot? Floofy Butt?" "I really wish you wouldn't call me that, human. What on earth do you think you're playing at? Cavorting around the forest in the dead of night, causing a ruckus?" "Oh, Major, you don't know how pleased I am to see you. I need your help." "And this can't wait until a civilized hour?" "I'm afraid it can't. I'm not the one instigating this. I've been getting messages from an anonymous source, asking me to follow them into the forest. Look, they left this trail." "Ah, Calendula maritima. Marigolds, herb of the sun. They're said to represent creativity, though some believe they may be symbols of cruelty and grief. Knowledge is always so impressive, but I have to say on this occasion it's not very comforting." Floofy Butt goes striding off with purpose. "Come on then, Spamwaits, are we going to follow this trail or not?" I shuffle awkwardly behind him. "Before the sun comes up, eh?" We continue on for a short while and notice the petals are getting more sparse. It's becoming more difficult to see them until eventually they seem to run out, and we find ourselves at a small clearing. "Well, it appears somebody has been playing a joke on you." I sadly agree. This has been nothing but a wild goose chase. Seems so, Major. I'm sorry for dragging you into this. Let's get back into our beds before we waste any more precious news time on this fool. I turn to Floofy Butt. It looks like his back is arched and his fur puffed up, making him look even more floofier than usual. Oh no, scare tactic. Something wrong, Major? You tell me, human. Does that pile of rocks look suspicious to you? Amongst myriad rock piles, I notice a small, contrived-looking cairn. Floofy Butt's right. It looks far from natural. That looks to me it's asking to be inspected, Major. Well, get to it. You're the one with the thumbs. I began to dismantle the small mound of rock by rock. It's not until the foundation stone is removed that we find a manila envelope. Ooh. Major, look, it's a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a... Oh, Blue's dog. Blue's dog, never mind. It looks rather large for a letter, my dear. I think you ought to open it. Here? We're back at base. Having got you this far, I think it's only fair that I have equal share of spoils. Spoils? Yeah, perhaps we should look at this right now, Major. As I'm speaking, I've torn into the envelope. Well, out with it! It looks like drawings? What sort of drawings? I'm not sure, but they look quite old. Antique even. But do they have any value, human? Probably. To someone. They appear to be sketches of people here on the island, but I don't recognize anyone. Why would someone lead me to these? How do you know you were meant to find them? Because we follow the trail and it led us here. Actually, the trail ended a while back. It could be a mere coincidence. I hardly see the intrigue in a few old scribbles. They show no artistic flair at all. Even so, I'm going to hang on to these to see if they prove relevant to whatever mystery is unfolding on here on this island. Floofy Butt rolls his eyes. You really ought to focus more on the clues that matter instead of running around in the middle of many wild goose chases. Let's head back before anyone discovers you're missing. I wrote the drawings and tucked them into my waistband. I will study them when I have more time. I think Fluffy Butt is probably right, but I don't want to miss a trick. Get some rest now. Finally, a sensible suggestion. I head after Fluffy Butt, struggling to keep up. I really need some sleep. Dun dun dun! I wonder what those letters look like. I really wonder. Something tells me I could do another recon. No, I can't. So I'm down to research. Unless if I want to make love with a cat. Oh no, I've broken heart. Snooty booty. I can McMurphy it again. I think I'll do the last one and then we'll do that. Let me see what we got here. Warning signs, which is 10, 15, 4, 1, chapter 1, grooming dance. Ooh, pretty. I'll do field work later. Let's go. So I'm assuming, yeah, no, I can't do any more recon now. Let's try, maybe do a research. Let's go with cataloging the samples. So it looks like everything's split off like different days and such, which is interesting. And I'm like thinking, it's like, oh, I thought everything would be like all set up in such a way, but I guess not. So it's just all like random days. Today, I'm in the lab doing floor research. It's not the most exciting job, but if I keep my head down, I can get through it quickly enough. It really just consists of unpacking the new samples of plants and flowers that the professor and I have collected on our foraging expeditions, and logging them to the database of organic substances on the computer. Most of them are commonplace plants that grow abundantly in the forest. Occasionally, we come across something more rare. Exotic, even. Hey, we're looking at those. Maybe I should have done the research then back to that. Could have been a change in the thing. One of the samples I'm looking at today is the Candula incana martima, which is very interesting indeed. I can't help speculate that it's been cultivating in Amerigo's little greenhouse, and they transplanted into open ground. I'm distracted momentarily by the sound of clinking glass. I turn to see the beautifully manicured paw of a sphinx cat tapping on the beaker, nudging it perilously closer to the edge of the counter. Bode, stop that! You're not supposed to be in here. She laughs as though I've told a joke. That's a frightfully pretty flower, Calendula incana martima, if I'm not mistaken. Never cease to amaze me, Boots. How on earth did you know that? Why, I make a business to know all about the rare and valuable works of art. Art? Why not? It's been created like a sculpture or a painting. The marigolds are true artists in the garden. I wonder if they have something to do with this. It's so unusual, even in a natural swampy habitat, but to have it growing here in the forest, it's very out of the ordinary. Yes, its properties are extraordinary too, human. Well, I'm quite new to botanical science, so probably don't know half of it. Why don't you fill me in? Although I'm always happy to facilitate your learning, human, I simply can't stay here a moment longer. The air's so stale, don't you find? I ignore her sideways glance and upturned nose. Let's go to the beach and drink some coconut water, and I'll tell you everything you need to know. Snoots, I'm not going anywhere until I finish this. And don't be ridiculous. You can tinker about it here anytime. But the sun will be gone in an hour or two. I'm not tinkering. This is my job. If I don't get it done, the professor will want to know why. And explain to him you have better things to do. Snooty Booty, I won't tell you again. If he catches you here, Popper will cage you. Be careful with that flower, human. It doesn't do to inhale that fragrance too deeply. Whoa. I turn to ask why and see her flounce out, knocking the beaker with a swish of her tail as she does. You did that on purpose. But she's gone, leaving me to clear up the broken glass. Oh, Snooty Booty. Is this because I broke your heart? Don't go breaking my heart. I couldn't if I tried. Should I do it? I feel like I should. And then research and then we can finish chapter 1. Maybe. We'll see. I'm sweltering in the mess tent. Typical for me to get cook duty on the hottest day so far. Stepped up for a moment and tried to catch some air. Psst. I'm not sure if I really heard something, or if dehydration is getting to me. I take a swig from my water bottle. Hey, aren't you gonna share the Kara? Oh, McMurphy, was that you, Steve? What are you suggesting, Kara? I've only used the designated litter areas. Murph, you're incorrigible. You know exactly what I meant. Come on, Kara. Never mind all that. We have work to do. I am working. I'm supposed to be cooking for this evening. I mean, work of the adventuring variety. Oh, of course you do. Now come on, don't be such a bore. I'm sorry, McMurphy, but I can't. I'm very busy here. It's going to take hours to defrost and braise this meat from the mainland. Well, if you come with me, you might end up providing a much tastier dish in half the time. What do you say, Kara? Are you up for some crike? What are you saying? You mean I should just bunk off? That's the spirit. Strip off your apron and let's hit the trail. But I can't just... What if someone comes looking for me? Leave him a note. Gone fishing. Maybe it's to eat, but I'm overcome with a moment of madness. Well, okay then, you wild Irish rover. I'm all yours. Oh no, I think I made a mistake. Ah, now there's a thought. Before I can answer, he slunk into the thickening of forest behind the clay cooking pits. I whip off my apron and follow behind. I made a mistake. Wait, Murph, it's too hot to run. And we really ought to cool ourselves off, eh? He led me up to the cliffs, and without warning, takes a running jump off the edge. I see him flying through the air and watch mesmerized as he cuts through the water. Oh no, Murphy. Are you okay? Don't panic, I'm coming. I kick off my flip-flops and start following him into the water. I'm surprised at how shallow it is, that I'm easily able to stand. Murph, where are you? I frantically search around, fearing for his safety. I suddenly feel something brush up against my legs, making me scream out loud. What's that? I look down in clear water and see McMurphy speeding along the seabed like a shark, fast and sleek, and suddenly breaking up through the surface with something in his mouth. Eh? McMurphy, you can swim? What on earth is that? Oh my god, it's a fish! I can see him. He's smiling even with the sprat in the way. You can fish? He spits the fish back into the water. There's truly no end to my talents, Kara. You could say that again, but I have so many questions I don't even know where to start. Catch your breath, Kara. I know I'm exhilarating company, but you need to exercise a little bit of restraint, or you will be swimming on me next. Relax. The swamp water is very buoyant. I copy McMurphy and we both lie on our backs on the surface. It's very calming and tranquil, and I'm finally able to collect my thoughts. I I realize I have not had this much clarity in a long time. Well, yeah, because you've been working and reconning and stuff. I'm playing you, right? This is so cool. I know. Trixie took me here first. Calls it the Ponder Pool. Oh, can you all swim then? I thought cats... Before I can even finish my sentence, McMurphy cuts in. What's a common misconception that cats can't swim? As you can see, it's another thing we excel at. So humble, too. As Nana McMurphy used to say, if you got a trumpet, blow it. What about the fish? Where did they come from? There's no birds or fish on this island. It's one of the first things they tell you in orientation. That's just because they don't know. Don't know what? It's better if I show you. Come on, Kata, follow me. They swim for a while with McMurphy leading the way with purpose, and then he stops. Well, notice anything interesting? Well, the water is much cooler and deeper here. Anything else? Can you feel anything? I stand perfectly still for a moment, began to feel a strange I'm having a great time. I stand perfectly still for a moment, and began to feel a strange sensation around my legs, like a worm trickling under the water. This isn't Shark Dating Simulator. Well, I tried. Also, hi Kathleen. I disappointing with that. Ew, McMurphy, are you peeing? Don't be so crude, Kata. It's the current. Look over there. I refocus my eyes until they see that's what I thought was a rock shadow is moving. It comes closer in focus, and I realize it's a shoal of small fish darting in and out of one particular spot. What is that? I don't understand what I'm looking at. Isn't it enough to just see, Kata? To experience? Well, do you always have to understand everything? Well, yes, that's my job. It's who I am, McMurphy. I'm a scientist. It's in my DNA to seek to understand. Come on then, scientists, let's take a closer look. We move closer to the area where the fish are gathered. I put my hand down and realized I can touch them and even pick them up. But something is stopping them from swimming further inland. McMurphy, we need to get going. I'm going to be in big trouble if I'm away for any longer. Thank you for showing me this. I'm definitely going to come back here and try to understand it. I wouldn't waste your time, Kata. It wouldn't be a waste. I'm committed to finding all that He cuts across me as I'm speaking. I meant coming back to this particular spot. The fishes won't be here. Oh, I see. It's only at certain times? And different locations and all the time. It changes all the time. There's no pattern to it either. So you just be sticking pins in maps, Kata. I brought you here because I saw them this morning. Chances they'll all be gone this afternoon. The disappointment must be apparent on my face because McMurphy switches lanes super fast to distract me. Okay, Kata, it's time to strip off. Huh? T-shirt will make you a lovely net. Let's go fishing. Fuck. Do I go fish or do I go home? Do I be suspicious? Suspicious! I'll be a cat going home. Let's go. I whip off my top and use it as a net to scoop up as many fish as possible. It's quite effective. Great idea, Murph. I could rustle up a tasty fish supper in no time at all. And you get to enjoy my company for an extra hour. Win-win, Kata. Okay, so now I have a little challenge for you. That, Kata, is music to my ears. There's little I like more than a gauntlet thrown. Oh boy. Well, it's hardly a gauntlet, more of a brain teaser. How am I going to explain to the rest of my team this bountiful ocean offering? Why tell them anything at all? Because they're going to notice that we're eating something that wasn't on the delivery list or the menu rota, and that tastes way too fresh for something recently defrosted. You worry far too much about things that don't really matter, Kata. I know he's right. I could do with loosening up a little. But this is a pretty big dilemma, really. Maybe I ought to tell Professor Popper about this. What's the harm? Minka stopped splashing around and looked squarely in the eyes. There would be harm, kinda. Trust me on that. Obviously, I don't mean to tell him about you or anything that would endanger any of us. Just that I noticed a shoal of fishes and I took some. End of. You really think you can mention a phenomenon like this and that would be the end of it? That he wouldn't start putting all manner of investigations and disruptions in place? You are touchingly naive, my friend. I feel myself blush. I'm getting a headache out of this. This is such a weird conversation I'm having with McMurphy, with this cat. I feel myself blush. I'm being a bit naive. I don't like the thought of lying. So what do you suggest then, if you know so much about everything? Give me a plausible story and I'll follow through. Murphy lets out a wild howl and splashes water at me. Now that's what I like to hear, you impetuous daredevil, you! Splashing back in the fierce water, fight ensues. I'm making such a ruckus, I'm amazed no one comes to check what's going on. After a good 10 minutes of laughter play, we run out of steam and float in the buoyant warm water. Let's hear it then. Oz, what's my cover story? It's a very simple case of brazen bluffing. Okay. Make a simple but delicious meal, and if anyone asks should ask where the fish came from, shrug your shoulders and ask the same question. Eh? It's all in the poker face. You remain completely impassive and ask the same question. I don't have that kind of poker face, not even in real life. I laugh every time. Yeah, I wondered that too. Where did the fish come from? They're delicious. Really? Trust me, Kata. As a cat who is forever risking one of those nine, the simpler you keep it, the more they buy it. If they ask you where you got that from, you tell them the fridge. Simple. I feel quite giddy at the prospect of getting away with a ruse. Oh! That was terrible. Okay, Murph, let's gather to supper. We have abundance in no time, and I haul my catch back to the kitchen in good time to make a tasty meal for everyone. And a little extra for my feline pals. I'm in trouble. I'm in deep shit trouble. Well, let's go rest and we'll do our research. Oh, I'm in a different place now. I sit in the position Professor Popper taught me. Legs crossed, back straight, wrists drinking water. Lightly on my knees and fingers form into loose circles with the forefinger and thumb touching gently. I close my eyes and hear a rhythmic purring, slow and steady. My fur prickles at the breeze and my ears twist at distant sounds of feet on wood and seagulls crying in another faraway place. The smell of the sea fills my nostrils, the taste of salt fills my mouth. I begin to focus on my breathing and the rhythm of my heartbeat, allowing my mind to drift. As I take a deep breath in, the tide comes creeping toward me, as though I'm blowing it. When it's just centimeters away from my bare toes, I slowly release my outward breath to a count of 5 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With each beat, I push the tide back into the horizon until it's almost touching the rising sun. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. And out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Drifting now, without attachment to thought, my mind free from worry and care. That was quite a rest. What are you trying to tell me? Damn it. Once you complete your research, your time on Cat Island will come to an end. You've seen everything you want to see? Do I have more to do? But I guess we're on chapter, so we have to keep continuing. Right? Or do I want to just romance? Still can't believe that's a thing. What happens if I just end it here? Because there has to be a way to come back, right? There's a reason why we go through every chapter. I feel like I've done something wrong. Oh well, let's just do it. Because there has to be a way to unlock every chapter, right? I feel like I'm doing something wrong. That's okay. If I do something wrong, then we're going to restart it next week. Because then I'll at least have the gist of what I'm supposed to do. Professor Popper told me to be ready early and dressed for hiking, as we're doing field work this morning. I'm not sure that I have anything that would pass for hiking gear, to be honest. Some sturdy shoes would be good. Oh well. Lab coat and trainers it is then, as usual. A message from the professor light up my catalog. Set to go? I'm waiting outside my tent. Ah, are you ready for our fieldwork today? Yes, of course, Professor. May I ask where are we going? Somewhere I think you'll find it very interesting. The professor hands me a backpack. Here, take this bag. It's very full, but surprisingly light. Popper has set off at a brisk pace, calling back to me over his shoulder. This way! I run and catch him up. After some serious walking with me struggling to keep up, the professor stops abruptly and listens. Do you hear that? There's a distant sound of bubbling water. We're almost there. Secretly, I'm relieved, as I don't think I could go much further. Just a little climbing. Climbing? I hide my dismay. Where does he get his energy from? It's just the top here. It's not that difficult a climb as it looks. We're in front of an almost vertical rock face. Just copy me. He clambers up expertly. Managed to find a spot that will support my foot and start to climb. I make a little progress before slipping and falling flat on my bum. I try again. This time, I take it slow. Again, I fall. What happened to the benefits of catification that others keep going on about? The professor notices I'm having trouble and holds a hand out for me. I manage to climb up, just enough to take hold of him, and he lifts me for the rest of this way. His strength is impressive. Curious even. Am I gonna die? Not a fan of climbing, eh? Can't say I've done much of it, Professor. Come along then, I can get you there. He pretty much pulls me all the way to the top, and it leads me to the entrance of a small cave. The sound of running water is very loud now. I instantly see why. A natural spring has cut up the way through the rock and created a beautiful cascade of sparkling clear water. It looks delicious. I kneel down without thinking and begin to drink. It tastes amazing. As I come up for breath, I see Professor looking at me with suspicion. You should know better. It's never wise under any circumstances to ingest something that isn't proven. But here on this island, it would be prudent to exercise more caution than usual. I feel embarrassed at my lack of consideration. Yes, of course, sir. I wasn't thinking. I felt so thirsty and looked so good. I do understand. Many have made the same error. Fortunately for you, this is tried and tested for safe consumption. It's good, don't you think? My body feels suddenly re-energized. I felt like I could climb any wall. It's incredible. It's fantastic. I feel fantastic. What's in it? We don't know. That's why we're here. We need more samples. We've been studying this water for months now, and we still know very little about it. Check your bag. I open my bag. It's full to the brim with empty plastic bottles. We need to fill all of these with water. We're going to need as much as we can carry. Can read. I do as he says. By the time all the bottles are full and back in my bag, it weighs a ton. I feel like I can lift anything. The effect of the water is powerful. The professor has also packed his own rucksack with bottles. That should do us for now. Let's get these back. As we make our way down the rock face and back to camp, I have no problem keeping up with the professor. I feel like I could run all the way. However, as we get closer to home, I start feel the effect wear off. My back becomes unbearably heavy. The final limp into camp is torture. I need a rest. Dun dun dun. And this is where I just leave. Yeah, I'm most likely gonna redo this run. Try to see if I can unlock other things. If this is the end of this run, oh boy. I've already loaded my bags onto the boat, and Joe, the ferryman's son, has told me rather rudely that if I'm not back in 15 minutes, they'll leave without me. And I won't be unloading your bags for you either, so I run as fast as I can to where I know he'll be at this time of day. I must see him one last time before I go. Mac? I reached out of the shipwreck, but there's no sign of him. My heart lurches. I was sure he'd be here. I'm about to draw a picture for him in a wet sand where I hear a sound. It's coming from behind a wreck on the other side. It sounds like snoring. I creep around, not sure what I find. There he is, sprawled out with an empty bottle cord beside him. I deduce he's drunk. McMurphy, you're drunk. It's morning. But I'm drunk from last night. Kinda? That's decent enough? Well, I wanted to say goodbye. Properly. I guess you won't remember anyway. Suddenly, he's up and alert like a different cat. Do you not know me at all, Kana? There's not one word that's passed between us that I could recall right now and repeat verbatim. Not one look in your eye I can't bring to mind. And he suddenly stops as though he's been slapped. You're really going? I have to. You know that. If I don't get mainland and find some expert help soon, there will never be an antidote. I don't know if you're a hero or a fool, but I know this island will not be the same without you. You know I'll be back, don't you? It's important that we all believe that. We must all keep faith. You're right. I'll just miss you, that's all. And I'll miss you too, Kana. Huh. No one ever has called me that before. I have to go. The boat's leaving any minute. Come on, I'll show you a quick way. And he sets off a pace I can just about keep up. We're at the jetty in no time. I bend down and nuzzle the fur of McMurphy's head before scrambling onto the boat. Saying your goodbyes? Yes, that's right, Joe. I wave as we make our way out to the open water. Anyone would think them cats were your mates or something. They are, Joe. The best friends I've ever had. Oh dear. Uh-oh. His whole demeanor has changed. What? Dad? What is it? Bob comes out from behind from where he's been steering the vessel. Got a problem here, son? Yeah, Dad. This one's spoiled. I don't understand what's happening, but I sense it's not good. Okay, lad. You go steer the boat. Leave this to me. And suddenly just me and Bob. He's bearing down on me. It ain't personal, you'd understand. But we have to ensure things are contained. Then I see what looks like a gun in his hand. What the fuck? Do I just die? Okay then. Chapter 1. Spellblades. It's complicated with McMurphy. Ending achieved. Dry drunk. Okay. What? Cats from at 0 out of 6. Ended a complete 9.7%. I've seen 6.3% of the game of what I've done. Welp. 0 secrets found. 1 of 18 endings found. And died. How was if I click continue? I'm assuming it just kind of restarts. Okay. Well, that's how it ended up, guys. I apparently died because I became catified, and Bob and Joe don't like it when I'm like that. Well, looks like we're gonna have to do more research now. Wait, what? Oh shit! I have 6 tries to do this? Oh, this is interesting. Okay, this game is more deep than I thought. Holy crap. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys had a fun time watching me try to date a cat and learning research. And I realize now how much more I gotta do. I think I know every time you go through a chapter, you have to play each character. Damn, that's deep. Shit. Okay. That's scary. Okay then. In any case, I'll be doing more of this next week. We're gonna be trying to go through every chapters and try to see how much of our characters we could keep along the route. Because we also do want to love, but we also want to find stuff for this thing. I will upload this. It's gonna be taken over on Sunday, so go follow me on YouTube, blah 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 blah, Twitter for updates on stuff. And I'm not gonna put my Instagram. I'll do that later. This game is interesting, and we're gonna see how much we could solve in my save file until we fuck it all up with these 6 characters. It's a wonder how many characters I'm going to kill before my save file ends. So I hope I get to see you guys next week. I guess I can't escape from this. Actually, quick, someone give me a name. Actually, someone give me a name. Any name. Patches. Okay, we're gonna name ourselves Patches. Thank you, Brianna. Patches. We'll go with this dude. You look like a Patches dude. And we'll save this and we'll continue on here later. Chapter 2. So that means we have to go through this all over again. Okay. Huh. We're gonna continue the second one. It's only fitting if I continue the next one next week. But damn. Yeah, so it looks like I should have read this how to play shit before. Technically I did read this how to play shit. If you're feeling a little spicy, you can progress the story by left clicking this icon. Ooh, okay. I'll do this next week. I thought number 3 was more of like a kicking it, like a fast forwarding the story, but it looks like it's not. So yeah, prepare for next week. We're gonna start off with Patches, and we'll try out number 3 for the most part. I just wanted to see is like, okay, how much of a blind playthrough can I do this? Okay then. Oops. But in case, I hope you guys had a great time watching this, whether it's on the stream or on the VOD. Hope to guys see you next week for more of this Purrfect Date. Maybe it won't be as perfect as it could be. It's a wonder. Anyways, I hope I'll see you guys next time. This is Spam Waits. I'll see you for Chuck and Talk Thursday or this game. See you guys. This is Spam Waits. See ya! I am not centered. Bye.